Yo, what is up, everyone? I made it around the sun again without using drugs or alcohol, and that makes 13 years in a row. And I actually forgot about my sobriety anniversary. It was yesterday, and I think it just goes to show that this is just such a normal part of my life now. But that doesn't mean that I don't feel proud, I don't feel grateful. I think back on my life prior to getting sober, and I can't imagine where I would be. I can't imagine what I'd be doing, what my life would be like, even if I'd be alive, if I hadn't had the type of support that I had, if I hadn't made some of the decisions I made to go to treatment and go to AA for a long time and just get a lot of help. But instead of talking about me, I think it's more important that I talk about addiction and how you can help people in addiction, because a lot of people get this wrong and they think they know what they're doing, and they really don't. So the first thing you need to know about addiction is that someone who's in active addiction is in a lot of pain. They're in a lot of pain, they're feeling a lot of shame, and they might not seem like they're in pain because they have their painkiller, drugs and alcohol. And aside from the occasional breakdown, they might seem like they're having a good time, even if their life is totally chaotic. But don't be fooled. They're in a lot of pain. There's probably been some trauma in their life. And they're dealing with it the best way that they know how, which is by completely numbing out to their entire life. And they're not present at all. When people say, yeah, like you're not the person you used to be, the reality is that they're not even really a person at all. They're not even awake. They're completely asleep if you're in active addiction. So the next question is, how do you help someone who's in this space? And I want to paint a picture here, which is that you have someone who's in active addiction, and then here comes along someone else, a family or friend, and they might not be addicted to drugs and alcohol, but they're addicted to overthinking or overworking or anger, or they're addicted to being a victim and they're always gossiping about other people. Maybe it's food, could be anything, but they come along and they want to tell this person in active addiction how to get out of their addiction. And the person in active addiction picks up on this. They pick up on the hypocrisy, and they say, no, I do not want your life. I do not want what you have. I don't trust that you actually know how to better your life, so I'm not going to listen to you for a second. And the reason why I say that is because if you really want to help someone with their addiction, you need to work through your own. And in just doing that, in being able to wake up to your life, to move through your own addictions, you'll be able to hold space for them and their experience, and you will more intuitively know how to help them through boundaries or honest conversation, sharing your feelings about what's going on. Even if it comes down to an intervention, you'll be able to do that with care and compassion and experience and knowledge about how to work through addictions, because you've worked through your own. So it's easy in a family dynamic to start to blame the one who's using drugs and alcohol, that they're the ones with the addiction. But more often than not, it's the whole family that's dealing with some type of addiction. So if you want to help people, begin by helping yourself. Reach out for support, talk to professionals. Don't think that you know how to do this all on your own. And also be aware of what messages you're sending to people when you enable them. What you're really saying is, I don't trust that you can take care of yourself and get through this, so I'm going to help you along. And I'm going to continue to send this message that I don't think you can actually do it. And so even though enabling might look like it's helping in some way, keeping them off the streets, keeping them alive, a lot of times it's just weakening them. Yeah, it's sending them this message that they can't do it, that you don't trust. So as tough as it is, go into your heart, go into yourself, work on yourself, and you'll be able to better help people in your life that are dealing with addiction. And it's not easy work. It's a process. Even when someone gets sober, it's not over by a long shot. I'm still working on a lot of stuff in my life. So just because I got sober doesn't really mean shit in a lot of ways, but I think I'm more proud of the things that I've accomplished while being sober than I am from just not drinking or using drugs. So that is my public service announcement, and shout out to all my other people out there that are on this road. It is an interesting lifestyle, an interesting experience to have, and yeah, I just feel really grateful right now. So thanks for listening. I hope this helps.